See this? You know what this is? This is a brand new tent. See? It's a brand new camping tent. That's right. I got a brand new camping tent. This is the cheapest I could find. Did you know that? This is the absolute cheapest I could find. And I'm going to use it. This weekend I plan on using this tent. And the reason I got it was it's practice for what looms in the very near future if the economy doesn't shape up. That's right, because then one of these days I'm not going to be able to make the rent. So that's one of the main reasons I got this. And this weekend I'm going to probably go out to Nebraska or somewhere and practice with this tent. That's right, I'm going to practice homelessness in Nebraska. See, so it's a nice big tent here. But see, there's no way I'll be able to stand in it because it's probably less than 4 feet tall. It's probably only about 3 feet tall here. So anyway, this is the tent right here. See, this is how it works. This is how it is. And it costs less than $30. So it was fairly cheap. And it's 5 by 6 feet. See? It zips up. Peekaboo! And see, that's how it works. And so I of course I'm going to take it apart later, so I can take it with me. But I'm gonna practice with it. And the thing is, now tents, I don't really have much experience with tents and camping. See, because I'm a city guy, so I don't really have much experience with that type of stuff. So, there was one time I went on a camping trip, and it was in a long time ago. It was when I was in college. There was a camping trip out in the county, at Campbell County Park. But the thing is, I really didn't use a tent. I just roamed around the campsite all night. It was pouring down rain, but instead of getting in a tent and sleeping, I just wandered around the campsite in the rain, burning things. That's right, we burned things there. It was weird because it was raining, but somehow we were able to burn things. And people kept pouring. It was funny. I mean, because I would rather burn things than sleep. And the funny thing is, I had work the next day. Because that was when I worked at the library. And I don't think I got a bit of sleep the whole night. I had to go straight to work the next day. So you can imagine that was a long day at work. Because that was when I worked at the library. And the only other experience I had with a tent, when I was younger, when I was like about 6, 7, 8 years old, I had this big red tent. It was not big red like the chewing gum, but it was like a red tent. And it was triangular. And I think sometimes you could use it with the floor and sometimes without, I think. I don't know what we ever did with that tent. Maybe it just wore out or something, but the thing is, there's one time right after we first got it, I tried sleeping in it overnight, and I couldn't do it because I saw car headlights going up the street, and I thought it was a bear, so I went inside. But then, the only times I used it after that, we'd have it out in the backyard, and the thing I remember, and see, it was a big deal to put it out in the backyard and stay outside till about 10 in the evening. But my fondest memory of that tent was one time we had the tent all set up. I guess I was maybe 7 or 8 when this happened. We had the tent set up in the backyard, and I noticed there was a little piece of poop on the floor of the tent. There's a piece of poop because the dog pooped in it. He did. The dog pooped in the tent. So here's more features for this tent. Let's see if I can show you more of the features. This is the very cheapest I could find, and this is the inside of it. See, look how roomy and deep it is. I couldn't believe how big it was. I couldn't believe how I thought it would be tiny, but it's tiny when it's rolled up. And here's the sleeve, the opening for it. But it's very small when it's rolled up, but it's huge when it folds out. It's 5 by 6 feet, so it gives me just enough room to sleep in there. But I see, if you go inside the tent, now we're inside of here. Oh, see, there's actually enough office space in here. That's right, you could use this as a portable office. I mean, I could sit here and, if I remember to bring a flashlight, I could sit here and write and draw and play video games and things like that. Well, except there's not going to be a plug around for me to plug a video game console into and listen to records and that type of stuff. But see, this just shows how roomy it is, and it's even got a little tag here about all the dangerous things that they have. See, now that's for that lists all the dangerous things that can go on in a tent. A lot of warnings. Keep all flame and heat sources away from this fabric. It says this fabric will burn if left in continuous contact with any flame source. It actually says that on there. So, okay. So anyway, that's the story of the tent that I used to have. The dog pooped in the one I had back when I was like 7 or 8. That's right. It was funny too, because people, and the thing is, people acted like it was a mystery where the poop came from, and there could have been only one culprit, because it obviously wasn't me. I mean, I was too old to be doing that stuff, so it couldn't have possibly been me. It was from the dog. It was. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It should have been expected that the dog was going to poop in it, because the tent was outside, and dogs poop outside, so the dog thinks it's okay to poop in the tent. So you have to use dog psychology here. You have to think like a dog to understand how the tent could have gotten pooped in. See, you have to put on your dog brain and everything. You have to be a human dog and just think, how did that tent get pooped in? Then you think, oh, I know. The dog must have done it. Because the dog's not going to know the difference. The dog's just going to think the tent's just another part of the outdoors. Just like when I used to let the dog out on the back porch. He wasn't supposed to poop on that, but he did, because he just thought, well, outside is outside, so it's poopable. You gotta think like a dog sometimes to solve mysteries like this. It was not a mysterious piece of poop. It wasn't. So that's going to be the story of how of the tent. And I'm going to take this tent to Nebraska to practice for homelessness. That's right, I will.